Alright guys, what's up? Starting on box number 3, but I started reorganizing some of the boxes. These visual aids are going really good. So I'm going to slow down here, and today we got vintage Batman, and maybe I'll do another video with some vintage Superman. And by no means is this everything I have, this is just what's in this box. Before I head on, I want to show off a few things here. Went to Bristol, Tennessee yesterday, around the state line, Bristol, Virginia, Bristol, Tennessee. Got me a Fantastic Four number 43. It's got Medusa in it, leads into the Inhumans, and I have 43, 44, and some odd issues here and there. I also got a Fantastic Four number 93, and it's more or less the Thing stuck in sort of a gladiator type battle there. I'll flip through it and have to read it, but 94 is the next one I want, because it introduces Agatha Harkness, the witch, I believe, is the next issue. Alright. Getting on to the Batman stuff, we'll start out with some Batman Family, number 1 here. Basically, these were Batman and Batgirl going on adventures, and they'd have other people from the Batman family. Some were reprints, some were new stories. You see Man-Bat, Commissioner Gordon, Alfred. Number 2 here. Looks like a little fight for Robin there. You got Vicky Vale, who has been around, Alfred. Clue Master, the walking utility belt. And who's that? A Mystery Man. I haven't read it in a while, so I don't remember. You know, I'd love to spoil these for you. Moving on here, number 3. Meet the Batman family, Batwoman from the 50s. Okay, Pipe Man and Batman of the future. Looks like he stole Mr. Freeze's helmet. Number 6, Bicentennial, DC Sleuth's Bicentennial. And there's actually a list, probably in this comic, of the comics that all had this banner, because it is 1976. And believe it or not, I can remember that. Yeah, the Joker's daughter pops up. And the Bicentennial. Yeah. What do we got here? Yeah, moving on. Alfred, Robin, Batgirl. Okay, moving on. Number 7. Okay, Dominating Duo. 13 points of a dead end. Tigress there. That might be an updated Sportsmaster, I don't know. Okay. And one of my favorite issues. Might have to go back and reread this soon. This is number 9. Get the glare off there. Joker's daughter, Scarecrow's daughter, Riddler's daughter, and I'm squinting here because of the screen, and so on and so forth. Just a fun issue. Batman Family Giant. Forced to get married, Batgirl and Robin, and I just really think if I ever get married again, I'm going to get that exact same suit. Okay, moving into World's Finest. These are a little mixed up. Like I said, these are not all the World's Finest, all the Batman, all the Superman stuff. They're just in this box. Find a little monster there. That's great stuff. I get a kick out of that. And this is actually a gruesome issue. Superman supposedly dies, and these 3 guys down here all harvested parts of Superman's bodies to have powers. The large man there has his lungs. This guy in the middle got his eyes for heat vision, and this one took his hand for super strength and vulnerability. And here comes Batman and Robin. One of my favorite villains, just because he is so ridiculous. It goes beyond ridiculous to where it's actually cool. The composite Superman. Basically, the Legion all had a ray shot at him, one at a time, like a photograph, but it made a miniature statue. This janitor was sweeping by and knocked the statues down. They exploded, and he gained all the powers of the Legion because a little bit of their power was replicated. And he decided to use Chameleon Boy's powers to look like that. Really good stuff. Okay, this one, we've got Metamorpho going nuts. And he looks a little bit like a composite Superman. Is this where it first came from? Who knows? Issue 217 of World's Finest. I've traded this around since 1979. Batman and Robin. Well, Batman and Superman against Sinestro. Wraparound cover. For you Ditko fans, it's a reprint of Creeper vs. Mr. Wrinkles. Shazam vs. Satan. That's right. He versus Satan. The Satan. Green Arrow, Green Arrow in his car, and a really good adventure with Black Canary and Green Arrow. You get some really creepy people in another dimension, in between dimensions. Let's see, I believe what we have here is a Perez cover. Yes, we do. World's Finest, number 278. Some more Shazams, Zatanna, Green Arrow, Superman, Batman, Hawkman against the entire planet at Thanagar. You can see where George Perez was going with that. Moving on. Making good time here. We have something I started putting on top, some Brave and the Bold. Batman vs. Commandy. Jim Aparo art in this one. And it reprints the first appearance of the Secret Six for you Silver Age guys. The Earth is mine. I won't comment on it. It just completes a little collection I have going on in Commandy. Okay, we have number 112, Batman and Mr. Miracle. I enjoy this one. And then of course we have some reprints. Man, I'm just not hitting it today. I think you get the point. We have Raven the Bold. I believe this is 150, and it was a mystery as who his guest star was. And I'm not going to spoil this one. Detective Comics 426. Batman contemplating suicide with a little suicide note there. And on this side we have Detective Comics 407. Batman and Batgirl and Man-Bat. And I'm not going to testify completely here, but I do believe that is a Neil Adams cover. 442 of Detective Comics. 100-page 60-cent giant. My favorites. A little Walt Simonson Manhunter down there. A couple of reprints there. Great stuff. Old Brave and the Bold. Batman meets the Metal Men. Okay. They meet the Metal Men again. And these are in pretty rough shape. I've had them since I was a kid. One of my favorite covers that makes me laugh. Batman and the Teen Titans, and those, you know, teenagers are just so rebellious. Batman and Metamorpho. And then we have, it has a sticker on it, but that's not what I paid for. We have the anniversary issue of Detective Comics, number 627. Awful issue, awful. For an anniversary, it's really disappointing. The New Robin Unleashed at Last. Detective Comics 535 from 1984. That is Jason Todd. And I'm really confused because I have a few comics that said this is the first appearance of the New Robin. That's the first appearance of the New Robin. And, you know, maybe it was the Crisis or something. But he goes against Crazy Quilt. Okay, some vintage Batman here. Batman 255. Neil Adams cover. Okay. There you go. 50 cents for a 100-page giant. Awesome. Got a little run of these. 256. That is Catwoman in one of her many costumes. Down here at the bottom, the Perilous Giant. This is where did all his trophies come from? This tells you where the dinosaur came from. This tells you where the giant penny came from. And what's sad is one of these books has a great big article on all the Batmobiles and somebody ripped it out. Always check your comics before you buy them. Okay, little penguin. 257. Ron Jeremy is Penguin is how I picture it. 260. Absolutely love that cover. If it was blown up. Great stuff. Alright, then they went back to regular format here. We have a Riddler story. 263. Behind that I have 301. Batman with a gun again. Here we go, Batman 368. Introducing the Boy Wonder. Like I said, that's probably Jason Todd. And like I said, I just had a detective that said it was Robin Unleashed. That kind of gave me the impression that was the first Robin. Jason Todd is Robin. Batman 400. This is outstanding. Sienkiewicz cover. Stephen King's done a little bit in it. He did a special introduction. Illustrated by Art Adams, Terry Austin, Brian Boland, John Byrne, Mike Grail, Kaluta, Kessel, George Perez, Steve Rude, Bernie Wrightson. Great stuff. And I had Batman Year One, but I sold it to a guy named Matt, who may be watching this since we're on Facebook together. But anyway, Mike W. Barr really surprised me with his writing in this. This is Batman Year 2. I have all parts. Alan Davis art there. And I just could not believe it was Mike Barr writing this stuff. Mike Barr's stuff to me is kind of bland, but I don't hate it. Like, I don't think it's a kiss of death. Okay, great Alan Davis stuff. And we have McFarlane coming in before he went on to Spider-Man. Okay, great stuff. Loved that cover when I saw it. Who knew he'd be doing this in Spawn over and over and over, though. Okay, part 4. Really good. And like I said, I could not believe it was Mike Barr. We have Batman Year 3 here. Some Perez covers for you. Okay. This introduces Tim Drake. No, this is, excuse me, that's another stack. This is how pretty much Robin came into be, the original Robin, Dick Grayson. Then going into the action. And there is Nightwing. You can see that. It's like going after a bad guy with none. Okay. Well, anyway, that's just a few Batman issues I had there. And just in case I missed these, some more World's Finest here. These are the Super Sons. This is World's Finest 224 and 228. And believe it or not, there's a huge following. That is Batman Jr., Superman Jr., however you want to put it, the Super Sons. And supposedly they may have or are going to collect all of these stories because they do have a following. And if I understand right, with the whole new 52 concept of DC right now, one of the worlds is the Super Sons world, which they're really trite and really dated. Okay. So anyway, that's a few Batman comics, and I'm going to be moving on to some Superman comics here in a minute. Alright, stick around.